Hi, I'm Mel, and this is Miniature Warriors. Hi, welcome back to the channel. Yes, you've probably noticed the set's changed. Well, this is our virtual parliament. We're about to start our campaign, a game of The Sun Never Sets. It'll probably run maybe 12 months, maybe more, maybe less. It's a very interesting system. Players play a politician, a member of parliament, hence where I'm sitting. They also play the GOC of one of the imperial colonies, such as, let's say, India or South Africa. And they also play a native leader, commander, in another colony. So that there are lots of competing issues for the players to deal with. The campaign is played on a strategic map, which covers everywhere from London and Portsmouth through to Wellington in New Zealand. Because the campaign is what's called bathtubing, so miniaturising or reducing the scale of everything, the manoeuvre elements in our campaign will normally be platoons. Now, the GOC of each theatre will manoeuvre his platoons, his assets, within his theatre during the campaign. The campaign is actually run primarily out of The Sun Never Sets, a set of colonial rules that govern the strategic picture. It will cover everything across the empire. The naval component is being played out of boilers and breechloaders, a companion set of rules that run hand in hand with The Sun Never Sets. The tabletop rules that we'll be using is by the Sword and the Flame. Again, an older set of colonial rules, but a good set. I currently have 9 to 10 players playing, and these players are scattered up to 3,000 kilometres apart. So one of the items we're using to actually manage our campaign is Discord. We meet once a week on Discord, our parliamentary session, where we debate things and move motions and talk strategy across the empire. So what a great piece of kit, and allows us to actually talk. Because this is distance gaming, when we get engagements, we're using a combination of two things. Tabletop simulator to actually allow us to play 3D battles against opponents who are not located in our central location here in Brisbane, Australia. And so that allows us to play the games out that would not normally be able to be commanded by the players. Secondly, we are still putting them across the tabletop, which of course is this old bloke's favourite.
January 1870, Lord Douglas is appointed Prime Minister, and quickly forms his cabinet. The Royal Navy is quickly strengthened, by the building of a new gunboat, and the army is reinforced with the raising of 4 new units in southern England. The empire is in turmoil with uprisings in Zululand and the northeast frontier. Deep in the desert of the Sudan, Fuzzy Wuzzy natives have declared open war against the Egyptians, who in response have marched the bulk of their army southwards, marching hard for Khartoum. At the same moment war has broken out in the Balkans, forcing Britain to deploy her fleet to the eastern Mediterranean.
Speaker recognises the Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Fellow distinguished members of Parliament, I have grave issues to raise this evening. Conflict has raised its head in the Eastern Med. We have an ongoing war in the Balkans, a terrible thing, that has forced us to deploy the Royal Navy. And now the Sultan has committed Egyptian troops into the Sudan in a ghastly war. This war threatens the very lifeblood of our empire. Not only civilization itself, but our commerce is threatened by the threat it poses to the Suez Canal. So, gentlemen, I believe the only way that we can bring this situation under control is to force the issue in Egypt. So, I put before your motion that the forces of Her Most Britannic Majesty force the issue with Egypt, that we commit the troops that are currently in southern England, as well as the newly raised gunboat, Protector, and her consorts that currently lay in port at Portsmouth, to force the issue with the Egyptians and bring them into the fold of civilization. Gentlemen, I now put the floor open for comment.